everyone. Welcome to English Easily Speak. My name is Jamie.
And my name is Alex. We are very happy you are here today.
Today, we will talk about housework. Housework means the work you do to keep your home clean.
This is a very useful topic. Everyone does housework. At home, in an apartment, everywhere.
And we will learn many useful English words today. Words you can use every day.
But first, Jamie, something funny happened to me this week.
Oh, yes? What happened?
My sister sent me a message. She said, "I am coming to your home in 45 minutes.
Oh, no.
I looked at my apartment. It was very, very messy. There were clothes on the floor. There were dirty plates on the table. It was not good.
What did you do?
I cleaned very fast. I put clothes in the wardrobe. I moved the dirty plates to the kitchen. I wiped the table with a cloth.
I do the same thing. When someone is coming, I clean very fast.
We call this panic cleaning.
Panic cleaning. Let's say that together. Panic cleaning.
Panic means you feel very stressed and worried. Cleaning means making your home clean. So panic cleaning is when you clean very fast because someone is coming.
Your heart goes fast, you move quickly, you clean everything in a short time.
Listeners, have you ever panic cleaned? Write in the comments.
Okay, let's start learning. Today, we will talk about common chores. A chore is a job you do at home to keep it clean and tidy.
We will learn new words. We will give you examples, and we will help you use these words in real English.
Let's start with the dishes. The dishes are the plates, cups, bowls, and pots you use for food.
After you eat, the dishes are dirty. You need to wash them. We call this doing the dishes.
There are 3 steps when you wash dishes. Step 1, scrub.
To scrub means to rub something hard to remove the dirt. You use a sponge or a brush.
For example, I scrub the pan to clean it.
Sometimes the food is very dry and stuck to the dish. It is hard to scrub, so you need to soak it first.
To soak means to put something in water and wait. The water makes the dirt soft. Then it is easy to clean.
For example, I soak the pan for 10 minutes. Then the food comes off easily.
And step 3 is rinse. To rinse means to wash something with clean water to remove the soap.
So the 3 steps are soak, scrub, rinse.
Soak, scrub, rinse. Easy to remember.
Honestly, I don't like doing the dishes, but I do it every day.
Me too. Let's move on. Next, laundry. Laundry means your dirty clothes. When you wash your clothes, we say doing the laundry.
I do the laundry once a week, but sometimes I forget, and the clothes pile up.
To pile up means to grow into a big pile because you don't clean it. More and more clothes, bigger and bigger pile.
For example, my dirty clothes pile up every week.
After you wash your clothes, you need to fold them. To fold means to make the clothes flat and neat.
For example, I fold my clothes and put them in the wardrobe.
But folding is the part I always put off.
To put off means to delay. You know you need to do something, but you say, later. I will do it later.
For example, I always put off folding my clothes.
And then the clothes sit in the basket for days.
Yes. We also have the word stain. A stain is a dirty mark on your clothes that is hard to remove. For example, a coffee stain, a tomato stain. If you spill something on your shirt, that is a stain.
Stains are very difficult to clean. The worst.
Now let's talk about the floor. There are 3 ways to clean your floor.
Number 1,
Sweep. To sweep means to use a broom to clean the floor. A broom is a long stick with bristles at the bottom.
You push the dirt into one place. Then you pick it up.
For example, I sweep the kitchen floor every morning.
After cooking, there are always small pieces of food on the floor. We call these crumbs. Crumbs are tiny pieces of bread, cookies, or other food.
Number 2, vacuum. To vacuum means to use a machine called a vacuum cleaner. It makes a loud noise and sucks up dirt from the floor.
For example, I vacuum the living room once a week.
I don't love the noise, but the floor looks very clean after.
Number 3, mop. To mop means to wash the floor with water and soap. You use a mop, a stick with a wet cloth at the bottom.
For example, I mop the kitchen floor on Sundays.
After mopping, the floor is wet. You must wait for it to dry. Dry means no more water, no more wet.
And here is a funny problem. You mop the whole floor. Then you realize you are standing in the corner. The floor is wet everywhere. You can't walk.
This happens to me every time.
So you just wait and wait until the floor is dry.
Listeners, which floor chore do you do? Sweep, vacuum, or mop? Tell us in the comments. There are more chores to talk about. Let's go.
First, tidy up. To tidy up means to make a place neat and organized. You put things back in the right place.
For example, I tidy up the living room before dinner.
It is not deep cleaning. It is just making things look nice and organized.
Next, wipe. To wipe means to clean a surface with a cloth or paper towel.
For example, I wipe the kitchen counter after cooking.
You can wipe a table, a mirror, a sink, any flat surface.
Next, dust. To dust means to remove dust from surfaces. Dust is a thin gray powder that collects on shelves and furniture.
You know when you touch a shelf and your finger is gray? That is dust.
For example, I dust the shelves every week.
And the last one, declutter. To declutter means to remove things you don't need. You throw away old things to make more space.
For example, I declutter my wardrobe every few months.
I love decluttering. It feels so good to have more space.
I find it very hard. I look at old things and think, maybe I need this.
Alex, do you need a broken umbrella from 3 years ago?
Maybe.
Here is a helpful tip. If you have not used something in 1 year, you probably don't need it.
That is good advice. Very hard to follow, but good advice.
Okay, now the fun part. Which chores do we like? Which chores do we hate?
I will go first. I like vacuuming. I know it is loud, but after, the floor looks so clean. I love it.
Interesting. I like doing the laundry. Clean clothes make me feel good.
But I hate ironing. Ironing is when you use a hot iron to make your clothes smooth and flat, no wrinkles.
I don't mind ironing. It is relaxing for me.
Relaxing? Standing and pressing clothes for a long time? No, thank you.
What about mopping? I really don't like mopping.
Why?
The bucket, the wet floor, waiting for it to dry. It takes so long.
I understand. And here is something interesting. The chore you hate the most is usually the one you put off the most.
Yes, because you don't want to do it, you wait. And then it gets worse. And then it takes longer. And then you hate it even more.
We call this a vicious cycle. A vicious cycle is when a bad situation keeps repeating and getting worse.
For example, I hate mopping. so I put it off. The floor gets very dirty. Then mopping takes much longer, so I hate it even more.
That is a vicious cycle.
Listeners, which chore do you hate the most? Tell us in the comments.
Okay, I have a confession. A confession is when you tell someone something honest, even if it is a little embarrassing.
Tell us.
Sometimes I don't want to wash dishes, so I eat my food directly from the pan.
From the pan?
Yes, if I make eggs, I eat from the pan. No plate, no extra dish to wash.
That is actually a little smart, but also not great.
Fewer dishes, less scrubbing, less rinsing. Simple.
Okay, my confession. Sometimes I put clean clothes back in the laundry basket because I don't want to fold them.
You wash them again?
Sometimes, yes.
Jamie, that is much worse than my pan.
At least they are always clean.
We are both terrible at chores.
But I think everyone has lazy moments. It is very normal. You are not alone. Now, let's learn how to talk about chores with other people. This is very useful in real life.
If you live with someone, a partner, a roommate, or family, you need to talk about chores.
Here are some useful phrases. You can say, "Can you do the dishes tonight?"
Or, I will vacuum tomorrow if you sweep today.
Or, "It is your turn to take out the trash."
To take out the trash means to carry the rubbish bags outside to the bin.
And if the home is messy, you can say, "The kitchen is a little messy. Can we clean it together?"
Notice the word we. You are not blaming the other person. You are working together.
And if someone asks you to help, you can say, "Sure, I will wipe the table if you sweep the floor."
That is teamwork. Sharing the chores so it is fair.
And chores are much more bearable when you do them with someone. Bearable means it is okay. Not fun, but you can do it.
Music helps a lot too. I always play music when I clean. It makes everything faster and more fun.
One more useful phrase. If your home is very dirty, you can say, "We need to do a deep clean."
A deep clean is when you clean everything, not just the surface. Under the sofa, behind the fridge, inside the oven.
Inside the oven, where Alex hid his dishes.
Yes, we know.
Okay, let's review the words we learned today.
Scrub, to rub hard to remove dirt. Soak, to leave in water so dirt becomes soft. Rinse, to wash with clean water to remove soap.
Pile up, to grow bigger because you don't deal with it. Put off, to delay something. Fold, to make clothes flat and neat. Stain, a dirty mark on clothes that is hard to remove.
Sweep, to clean the floor with a broom. Vacuum, to clean the floor with a vacuum cleaner machine. Mop, to wash the floor with water.
Tidy up, to organize and make a place neat. Wipe, to clean a surface with a cloth. Dust, to remove dust from shelves and furniture. Declutter, to remove things you don't need.
Panic cleaning, cleaning very fast because someone is coming.
Vicious cycle, a bad situation that keeps repeating and getting worse.
That is a lot of great vocabulary, very useful for real life.
Now it is your turn. Write a comment in English. Try to use one of the new words.
For example, I sweep every day, but I always put off mopping.
Or, I did a deep clean last weekend. My home looks amazing now.
Short and simple is perfectly fine. The important thing is to practice.
We read every comment. We love hearing from you.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Everyday English Academy and share it with a friend who is learning English.
Thank you so much for listening today. You are doing a great job.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and maybe go tidy up a little bit after this.
See you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.